It was a quiet night in the small town of Elbridge. The streets were empty, and most people were sleeping peacefully in their homes. The sky was clear, and the stars were shining brightly. Everything felt calm. Too calm. At exactly 2:17 a.m., something strange appeared in the sky. A group of glowing lights moved slowly, making no sound. Birds flew out of the trees. Dogs began barking loudly. People woke up and looked out of their windows. Some even came outside, confused and afraid. Suddenly, the lights in every house went off. The town fell into complete darkness. A loud humming sound filled the air, like a giant machine was powering up. Then, boom! The ground shook like an earthquake. A bright flash of blue light covered the sky. From the clouds, 3 massive black ships came down slowly. They had strange marks on them, glowing red. The people of Elbridge couldn't believe their eyes. These were not planes. These were not from Earth. As the ships landed, a large door opened from one of them. A tall alien stepped out. Its skin was dark and shiny, with long arms and glowing red eyes. It held a weapon that looked like a staff but fired fireballs instead of bullets. Panic spread. People screamed and started running. The alien pointed its weapon and fired. A house exploded in flames. The sky turned red. The ground was shaking with blasts and fire. The peaceful town had turned into a war zone in just minutes. Nobody knew why the aliens had come. Nobody knew if help was coming. But one thing was clear. This night would never be forgotten. The attack on Elbridge spread fast. Smoke rose into the sky. The fire from burning houses lit up the streets. People ran, cried, and searched for loved ones. The screams could be heard miles away. Within an hour, the news reached the military base nearby. A team of trained soldiers was sent to the town. Among them was a young and brave soldier named Arjun. He had never seen real war, but he was ready to fight. As their trucks moved closer to Elbridge, the sky behind them glowed red. When the soldiers reached the town, they saw destroyed buildings, broken cars, and lifeless bodies. But there was no time to stop. The alien ships were still there, floating above the ground like monsters watching their prey. One alien stood in the middle of the road, blocking their path. The soldiers opened fire, but the bullets bounced off the alien's body like paper. The alien turned and shot back. One blast from its weapon threw a truck into the air. Many soldiers were hit. Some screamed. Some didn't move at all. Arjun watched in horror as his friends fell. He wanted to run, but something inside him said no. He looked around and saw an alien weapon lying near a dead creature. He ran, rolled on the ground, and grabbed it. The weapon felt heavy and hot. Arjun didn't know how it worked, but he pulled the trigger. A blue beam shot out and hit the alien right in the chest. The alien screamed and fell back. For the first time that night, the humans had hurt one of them. Arjun stared at the weapon in his hands. His heart was racing. He knew now, this war was far from over, and he was in the middle of it. After the alien attack in Elbridge, the military took the survivors to a hidden underground base deep in the forest. This was not just any base. It was where the government had been secretly studying alien technology for years. Dr. Mira, a scientist with years of experience in alien research, welcomed Arjun and the others. She seemed calm, even though the world above was in chaos. Dr. Mira had been working on understanding alien weapons for a long time. As Arjun walked into the lab, he noticed large screens filled with strange symbols and blueprints of alien ships. She turned to him and said, "We've been waiting for this day, but we didn't think it would come so soon." She explained that the aliens had been watching Earth for centuries. They had attacked before, in hidden ways. But this time, they were coming for something. Something hidden under the town of Elbridge. Arjun listened carefully, his mind racing. "What are they after?" he asked. Dr. Mira's face grew serious. "An energy crystal. It's a powerful source of energy, much stronger than anything we've ever seen. It can power their ships or destroy entire planets." She showed him an ancient map, pointing to a spot deep beneath the ground in Elbridge. "The crystal is buried there. If they get it, they'll have the power to wipe us out." Before they could talk more, an alarm blared. The lights in the base flickered. "They found us," Dr. Mira whispered. "They know about the crystal." Arjun grabbed the weapon from earlier and ran toward the exit. The alien ships were already descending above the base. The battle for the crystal had begun. As the doors closed, Arjun felt a cold chill. The real fight was just starting. The underground base shook with every blast from the alien ships above. Arjun, Dr. Mira, and the soldiers raced through narrow hallways, trying to reach the surface before the aliens broke through. The air was thick with tension, and every footstep felt heavier. As they reached the entrance, Dr. Mira quickly explained the situation. The aliens are not just after any crystal. This one is special. It holds the key to unlimited energy. She paused, her face pale. The power it holds can either save or destroy entire worlds. Arjun's heart pounded as they emerged into the open air. The alien ships hovered overhead, sending down beams of light to scan the ground. They had found the exact location of the crystal beneath the town. The team made their way to an ancient hidden temple at the center of Elbridge. Dr. Mira led them, explaining that the crystal had been buried there centuries ago, protected by ancient Earth guardians. It was never meant to be found by anyone, let alone aliens, she said, fear in her voice. As they reached the entrance, a loud, terrifying screech echoed from the sky. One of the alien ships began to descend directly toward them, its engines roaring with power. The soldiers took cover, but Arjun stood frozen for a moment, staring at the ship. He could see the alien leader inside, its glowing red eyes fixed on him. Arjun, Dr. Mira called urgently. The crystal is close. We have to get to it before they do. Arjun nodded and sprinted into the temple. The ancient stone walls felt cold against his hand, but deep inside, glowing in the dark, was the crystal, radiating with power. Suddenly, the ground beneath them rumbled. The aliens were already here. The countdown to humanity's survival had begun. The alien leader stepped out of the ship, his towering figure casting a shadow over the temple. His red eyes glowed with a cold, menacing light. Behind him, a group of soldiers, each as tall as giants, followed. They raised their weapons, ready to destroy anyone in their path. The sky above was filled with the sound of buzzing alien ships, hovering like vultures. Arjun, his heart pounding, stood in front of the glowing crystal. He could feel its power pulsing through the stone floor beneath his feet. This was it. The fate of the earth rested in his hands. Step away from the crystal. The alien leader's voice echoed, strange and deep. It is ours. All of this will belong to us. Arjun tightened his grip on the alien weapon. He could see Dr. Mira in the background, her face filled with fear, but also determination. They knew what would happen if the aliens took the crystal. It would mean the end of humanity. We won't let you have it, Arjun said, his voice steady despite the fear. Without warning, the alien leader raised his hand, and a powerful beam shot from his palm, knocking several soldiers to the ground. Arjun ducked, rolling to the side, and fired his weapon. The blast struck one of the alien soldiers, sending it crashing into the temple wall. But the alien leader was still standing, his eyes burning with rage. Then you will die first, the leader growled. The final battle began. Arjun and his team fought bravely, but the alien forces were relentless. Explosions shook the ground, dust filled the air, and the temple walls cracked under the force of the blasts. Arjun made his way to the alien leader, dodging fire and debris. This was it, the last chance to save Earth. In one final, desperate move, Arjun reached the leader and planted the bomb inside the alien ship's power core. He stepped back quickly, eyes locked on the leader. Goodbye, Arjun whispered. The explosion lit up the sky, sending shockwaves through the ground. The alien ship burst into flames. The crystal's power surged, then suddenly stopped, the energy in the air fading. Silence fell over the battlefield. Arjun, bruised and bleeding, stood amidst the wreckage. The Earth had been saved, but the battle was far from over. As the dust settled, Arjun looked up at the sky. The war against the aliens had ended, but somewhere, deep in space, the next battle was already brewing. The Earth was safe, for now, but the story of humanity's fight for survival was far from over.